everyone. These are the authors of Kwanzaa Every. My name is Neils Ribeiro Yamafio, and I'm joined by...
Hi, I'm Shamelle Ribeiro Yamafio.
We are so excited to bring our newest book to you all. And we just thought it would be cool to share a little bit about why we wrote this book and to actually read the book for you all, and then to wrap it up with some Q&A. I'll start and talk a little bit about my history with Kwanzaa, the holiday, and the 7 principles. Growing up, I would remember every holiday season having really amazing conversations with my dad. One of the first questions I asked my dad was when I was watching TV and seeing that there was something called Kwanzaa. It's like, hey, Dad, what is Kwanzaa? And like, do we celebrate it? And my dad mentioned like Kwanzaa is a holiday, especially for folks in the African diaspora, to really talk about some important principles to help guide us as people that he thought were really cool and important. And he said, yes, we can celebrate Kwanzaa. And that day was the start of my relationship with Kwanzaa as a holiday. And so every year, my dad and I would talk about each principle and would reflect on how we have lived up to those principles and how we would commit to those principles for the next year. And we did that for a while. And it stuck with me growing up. So much so that some of you who are watching this may know me by the Kwanzaa by Neils series that I've done on social media for over a decade, where I really try to simplify and demystify the Kwanzaa holiday and just talk about it in layman's terms. How can you look at the principles of Kwanzaa? How can you live it? Just based off of layman's terms, not trying to make it seem anything that someone cannot be a part of.
Too deep.
Or too deep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think Kwanzaa should be for everyone. I think the important principles that are within Kwanzaa, it is commendable for anyone and everyone to try to live up to those principles. And that's what I learned from my dad, and that's what that's what's been close to me my entire life. And that's been part of my inspiration for wanting to write Kwanzaa Every Day. And what about you?
Yeah, so I first celebrated Kwanzaa when I was in the 9th grade. So I was around 14. And it was pretty significant to me because I celebrated with some family members. I was living in New Jersey, but we came down to North Carolina for the Christmas holiday. And it was very traditional. Like, we had the candles. We had a ceremony and we talked about what we were thankful for based off of that particular day that we celebrated Kwanzaa on. And we had really good food. And I mean, it was a big deal to me. It really resonated with me to celebrate as my first time very seriously and traditionally. Now, there are lots of different ways that people can celebrate. You can be traditional, you can be non-traditional. And so fast forward, my mom and I used to go to Kwanzaa celebrations in Greensboro, North Carolina. I think it was called the Kwanzaa Collective. And there would be African drumming, there would be poetry, there would be dancing, there would be food. Like, it would be like a potluck. And it would be very good food, very healthy food too, because that's something to also consider. Is our body is a temple, right? And so the food was very conscious food. I remember them saying ashe and acknowledging ancestors, and so I felt very empowered from that experience. And so I think that it's just pretty dope that you have your own Kwanzaa experience. I have my own Kwanzaa experience before we even met each other. And so now we're bringing that love together, and we want to share that with the greater population of Kwanzaa. We need to talk about Kwanzaa more, and people need to know that it's for everyone. At the Kwanzaa celebrations that I attended, I did see everyone. I did see all kinds of ethnicities. So we are just excited to work on this project together.
All right. Well, that's a little bit about why we were inspired to write Kwanzaa Every Day. And now we are actually going to read Kwanzaa Every Day for you all. So you'll see, we'll be reading it and you'll be seeing the images on the screen. And let's go ahead and get started. Umoja. Habari Gani. How are you? My name is Nia. I want to tell you how we celebrate Kwanzaa every day in my home. In our family, we show Umoja, or unity, by following routines that help our house stay organized. On Mondays, I help my dad set the table. It makes me feel like a winner.
Kuji Chakalia, self-determination. When I study my spelling words on Tuesdays to earn a good grade on the test later in the week, I feel Kuji Chakalia, self-determination. Doing small things well gives me the courage to do even bigger things.
And that is Kwanzaa Every Day. Now we will go into a Q&A section where we talk a bit more about how and why we put this book together. So, Shamelle, hello.
Hello, Niels.
First question I have is why this book and why now? And I can start.
Okay, sounds good.
You can jump in. Mm-hmm. So why this book and why now? Part of the reason we put this book together is, as we shared in the beginning, Kwanzaa is important to us. Kwanzaa is something that, while we may talk about and do all the decorative celebrations for Kwanzaa at the end of the calendar year, if you see how we live our lives and how we look at our friends and families and how we connect with them, we very much so uphold the principles of Kwanzaa. It's important to us. And just like our previous book, C is for College, anytime there's something that's important to us, we try to find a book that correlates to what's important to us so we can share it with our kids. While there are some amazing Kwanzaa books out there, the thing that we really wanted to emphasize with this book is that Kwanzaa is not just something that you should celebrate at the end of the calendar year. It's something that you should celebrate and appreciate and live every day. And so we made that book, and we believe that it'll be something that our kids enjoy. And just like C's for College, we believe that other kids will enjoy it as well. So that's why we wrote this book. And why now? Because it's December. Kwanzaa is coming up. And this is the perfect time to buy this book, to buy it for your household, for your kids, or for your nieces and nephews, or other young people who are close to your lives. I truly believe this book is for everyone. So now is the time for you to purchase Kwanzaa Every Day. Okay, next question. What is your favorite Kwanzaa principle?
Oh, that's a really good one. So my favorite Kwanzaa principle is actually Kuji Chakalia. One is really fun to say. It's the largest word of the Kwanzaa principles. And I actually have a history of me being associated with Kuji Chakalia. So when I was in high school, I participated in a videography program in which students got a chance to record the board meetings for the school district that I attended. So I was in the Trenton school district, and I went to board meetings probably once a month. And without fail, there was one person, a community member, who got up in front of the whole board and the audience there. His name was Mr. Kuji Chakalia. Now, Mr. Kuji Chakalia always had a grievance or something to say, and he made people listen. Kuji Chakalia means self-determination. He knew he had a voice, and he wanted his voice to be heard. And so it made me inquire, Kuji Chakalia, what is this? What is this word all about? And so later on down the line, I realized it was a Kwanzaa principle. It all made sense. The reason why he apparently changed his last name legally to Kuji Chakalia. And for me personally, as an only child, I've had to, go through a journey of somewhat self-discovery. I've had to go through certain things in which I had to have a lot of self-determination. I had to, just face certain challenges, but also certain really highs, certain high moments as well. And so it made me feel proud of myself. It made me feel proud of the people who helped me to get to where I am, because they also had self-determination. So that is a principle that really sticks with me. So what's your favorite Kwanzaa principle?
Glad you asked. Thank you. So my favorite Kwanzaa principle is actually Nia. Nia stands for purpose. And if you look at all the different Kwanzaa principles, I think Nia is the gas if the other Kwanzaa principles were the engine. Nia is an important part to have purpose and to be intentional about who you are and who you want to be, and to uphold the other principles like self-determination, like faith. You have to have purpose. You have to have intentionality with it. And so I see it as the foundation of the other Kwanzaa principles. It's important. And I think the other part is, like, it's short. It's simple. It's Ni. And Nia is a beautiful name. It's a beautiful word. And I think it just has a deep connection to me. And so that's why it's my favorite principle.
Shout out to all the Nias in the world.
Yes, shout out to the Nias. Last question. What is your hope people take away from this book? And I can start. My hope is that Kwanzaa is not just celebrated at the last 7 days of the calendar year. That folks truly appreciate the principles of Kwanzaa and live it every day. I think there is power in the 7 principles. I think not just for folks who go to Kwanzaa celebrations and either are a part of a certain part of the African diaspora. I truly believe that everyone could benefit from upholding these principles. The world would be a better place if folks actually upheld these principles. They have been important to me since I've learned about Kwanzaa. And it's something that I strive to do. And I truly believe that if we demystified Kwanzaa, if we made it more simple, if folks had a better entry point and a way to engage with Kwanzaa, that they could also uphold it and that they can also appreciate the principles. And again, the world would be a better place because they will be living these Kwanzaa principles. So that's why, that's what I hope people take away from this book. What about you?
Yeah, I think it is definitely no coincidence that there are 7 days in Kwanzaa and there are 7 days in the week. And so, to your point, we wanted to simplify Kwanzaa and we want to influence people to embrace Kwanzaa as well as something that we can all participate in.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, that is a bit about Kwanzaa Every Day. Kwanzaa Every Day is available at anywhere you get books. Please purchase it. Make sure you buy a copy for yourself, for your loved ones, for your nieces, your nephews, your brothers, your sisters, your sons, your daughters, everybody. Everybody. Make sure you buy it. Make sure you leave a comment, you review. And thank you so much.
Oh, one other thing. Sorry. Shout out to our illustrator, Cam Wilson.
What up, Cam?
Yes, we did it again. So the illustrations are fire. They are very inspirational, motivational, and even a little emotional.
Yep.
So we are so grateful to have Cam on our journey again.
Thank you, brother. All right, y'all. Please purchase the book. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.